Hello everyone, I am Erika of beadingschool.com and you are watching No One Has to Bead Alone, my weekly open beading workshop to make sure that every beader all around the world has company. Today we are going to bead the SELENE earrings designed by my friend Zuzi and inspired and made from the newest Beading School Academy team box, the Aurora Borealis. But before we would start beading, please let me know if you can see me, if you can hear me. Again, there are unfortunately some connectivity issues between my broadcasting program and Facebook, which is super frustrating for you, for me, for everyone. I'm so sorry about that. But I hope that we can get connected today. I would love to be together again. Yosin is here. Wonderful. At least on one place it's working. Catherine says that she can see me and hear me on YouTube. Antoinette is here. Kimberly is here. Elena, Faye, Heather is here. Lovelies, are you all watching from YouTube or is it also showing up on Facebook? Theoretically, you should be able to see you. Martika sees me and hears me on Facebook. So it should be visible for you in the Beading School Club, on the Beading School Facebook page, and also on the Beading School YouTube channel. And in case that you are watching from the Beading School Club, then you might need to give permission to my broadcasting program so I can see your name, besides just being a Facebook user. To do that, there is a little text, a description of the video, a few sentences about the video. You need to open it up, click the link in the last sentence, and then refresh your screen, and it should be okay. You might need to do it again and again for every video. It takes only one click and one refresh, so I hope that it's not too much trouble. And it makes it so much more like comfier and closer if I see who you are, and it's also easier for me to answer your questions. I see also Laura. I see Linda and Catherine. Catherine is asking how I am today. Thank you so much for asking, Catherine. For those of you who might not know, also I'm complaining about it a lot because it is so frustrating and painful and makes me feel very vulnerable that I got a concussion now more than 2 weeks ago. And I'm still recovering. I started to work on it this week again, about an hour a day. Today a bit more. I needed to catch up with some colleagues, with some partners, but I'm well. I might be a bit slower, please bear with me, but otherwise all is good. Finally I beaded today and I enjoyed it. There was no headache while beading, so that was wonderful. And I see Gemma and Cindy, and then a friend, and I'm sorry I can't read your name, but I love to see you here, everyone. Claudia, Rachel is here. And as Rachel says, she says, I hope everyone is feeling happy and healthy today. How are you, ladies? Molly is here. More Facebook user friends. Evie. Oh, thank you. Lita is here. Oh, Mektab is still healing. I hope that you will get better very, very soon, dear Mektab. Also, Lita, I know that you had some health issues. I hope it's going better now. And Terry, are you with us? No, Terry had an appointment, I think, for today. Mary is here, and Asta is here. So today it's time for SELENE, and what you see on the picture now, besides me, is an earring made by Susie. But this cute motif it can become not only an earring, but as you can see, it can also be connected to different elements, different segments of beadwork. And it can become even a necklace, or Zuzi is showing you an example as a bracelet. What I really like that she included here, the beautiful historic filigrees that came in the Aurora Borealis box, and that's actually where the collection started. Veronka chose them for you to play with and to be revived from the historic filigree collection. And Zuzi attached some beads on top of the filigree, and then connected everything and then made this bracelet. I can also imagine a whole bracelet alternating between the filigrees and between the stars, or maybe long earrings consisting of these two elements. So there are lots and lots of possibilities. And actually, Susie took the time to not only draw the instructions for the main motif, but also for the filigree motif. So if you visit now the Beading School blog, then there should be an article published already. We scheduled it to be published automatically. Yes, it worked. I'm happy to see that. So if you visit the blog, then you will find the article where Zuzi is explaining how you can bead directly into this beautiful filigree. I posted the link for you. And there was something else I wanted to say. My memory span is terrible since being concussed. Yes, super important. The storytelling from last week that is a gift for our Beading School Academy students included in their memberships. The recording is now available in the virtual classroom. It's not available yet in the Bead shop for non-students, but in the classroom you can already find the recording, and maybe during the weekend you want to listen to Chenge's stories, again inspired by the Aurora Borealis collection again, or if you missed it, then you can catch up. And while visiting the page, on the page, one thing, you find the recording of the storytelling. Second, you find the blog post from Zuzi, the beading into the filigree from the Aurora collection. 3, you can download the printable PDF tutorial that accompanies today's mini workshop. You can save it for later, you can print it, you can bead it later if it suits you, and you can bead it in more colors, of course. So you will find the PDF at novanhastobeadalone.com, or you go to beadingschool.com and then you click on No One Has to Bead Alone in the main menu. And as always, there are 2 options. You can either put the tutorial into your shopping cart and purchase it from the Bead shop to support No One Has to Bead Alone. And thank you so much if you decide to do that. Or if you click the other button, then for 3 days, starting from today, it's the 15th of February 2025. So for 3 days only, you can also download the tutorial as a gift from us. No One Has to Bead Alone is here for you to make it possible every week to connect with fellow beaders from all over the world. Mental health, also for personal reasons, is one of it's a very important topic for me, and this is my contribution. So you can take care of your mental health by connecting to fellow beaders from all over the world and make it easy for you to follow today's workshop, and then afterwards to show off your creations and be super proud of yourself, how much you accomplished, because that is also part of mental health. Also, we uploaded to symbolize the community and the beautiful relationships in the beading community of beading school. We added a big bunch of heart-shaped cabochons and components this week, like these big hearts, 28 millimeters, and what I love, that there are metal claw settings coming for them. Then there are also smaller ones, and there are also these metal components with cubic zirconia settings. And there is a heart in the metal component. And that's new in the bead shop. But to thank you for creating this beautiful atmosphere here, we also prepared some gifts for you. So every order placed between this week's coffee time and Erika and next week's coffee time with Erika, we will insert a little gift to your package, to your order. One gift for every beader who has a package this week. And it will also include these cute heart-shaped cabochons, a pair of that, and a pair of mini tassels, and also a chocolate, a very, very yummy chocolate. And in the meanwhile, Mary is asking for the blog. Oh, she found it. Okay, beadingschool.com/blog/ that's where you find it. Lots of super nice articles and interviews. Earlier this week, we had an interview together with Susie, and Linda says, you and Susie reminds me of me and my bestie. So cute. Susie is very close to me, and I really treasure it that we can work together and spread the love of beads all around the world. Eve is asking, if we missed the story night, is it free for members to watch later? I am so sad I missed it. Yes, indeed, dear Eve, it is, and stays there in the virtual classroom. If you are a student for the team now, then it will be there for you forever and ever. And hi, Terry and Kimberly. Erika, what day do we have to place an order to get the lovely gift from the treasury? Dear Kimberly, it's always when we have like a special gift for you, or sometimes something extra, then it is always between coffee time and coffee time, so the start of coffee time. So the time span for the heart gift is between the beginning of this week's coffee time, that was on Tuesday, 5 p.m. Central European time, and next week's coffee time with Erika. So again, Tuesday, 5 p.m. Central European time. And Claire is here. Oh, and Elaine. Kimberly, you're so sweet. The chocolate is good. And thank you so much. And I hope that everyone found the blog, found the tutorial, found everything that you needed. And now let's look into the material list. That what do we need for today's cute motif? This is, by the way, one of the treasury ladies slipping the chocolate into the gift. And this is the material list. So for one motif, I will tell you the numbers for one motif, and then you can multiply how many do you need based on the type of the jewel you want to make, because it can become an earring. It can become a pair of earring. This is a pendant. Erika, focus. It can become a pair of earrings. As I said, it can become a bracelet, different kinds of bracelets. It can become a ring, a brooch, a hair ornament, a head ornament, a knee sock ornament, a bag ornament. So just multiply the numbers, please, based on the type of jewelry that you plan to make. So for one motif, you will need 6 pieces of beam beads, and I will put on my hand camera for you. I want to show you my variation also. Setting my lamps so you can see everything better without blinding myself with the lamps actually. So this is what I made from it. And for one motif you need 6 pieces of beam beads. We restocked them in the beading school bead shop, so again different colors are available. Then you need 6 pieces of the 3.4mm Miyuki mini drops. They sit in between the beam beads. Then you need 12 pieces of 3mm Preciosa bicone beads. You need 12 pieces of 6mm Miyuki Slender Bugle beads. They are not the same as Miyuki Bugles. Slender Bugles are more slender, thinner, and they make everything look more elegant in my opinion. Optically, when it's the same length, but it's thinner, then it looks more elegant. And in some cases, I would also say that in the case of Selene by Susie, I think that the regular bugle would not fit well. From the seed beads, you need size 11 Miyuki Delicas, and you need one color of size 15 Miyuki round seed beads. We test everything for Miyuki beads only, so that's the brand that I would like to recommend. And the rest, it's up to your preferences. So as you can see, I sewed down my motif into a historic filigree. This is one of the new ones that we revived for last year's Advent, Beading School Advent Adventure. The ladies from the treasury are trying to restock these new shapes again. Some of them will be possible, some of them won't be possible, unfortunately. But this is one of the new ones. So as you can see, maybe you have it, the motif fits it perfectly. And then I needed, of course, an earring finding. You might need a pendant holder, a clasp based on the type of your jewelry. Oh, Mountain likes my shirt. Thank you so much. It's one of my favorite second-hand store purchases. We have lots of second-hand vintage stores around here. Best €5 I have ever spent. I love thrift stores and digging and finding treasures. And Breeding Friend says, I'm so happy I already prepared a mini kit. I just came in and so I don't need to gather materials in a hurry. That was very smart to do. And then Corinne, I see you now. And Montaigne is Raider watching on YouTube lately. And Kimberly is also alternating between YouTube and Facebook. Facebook again has some connectivity issues, so when one problem with technical stuff passes, then there is for sure another one. But ladies, and Kim also likes second-hand vintage. And Lovelace, do you have any questions about downloading the tutorial or the material list? Everything is available in the Beading School Bead Shop. So also, for example, the Preciosa bicones, these are the lemon rainbow that I used for this, and then the other half I will use a slightly different one because I did not count how many I have. I blame it on the concussion. So Ariana is here. So good to see you. And I think Marta? Oh, and Catherine. So, let's see. What are we going to do now? I will remove my face. I will have the hand camera on bigger and the instructions. When I remove my face, please let me know if you can still hear me, if you can still see me. See me, you already see my hand camera. If you will still be able to hear me, okay? So, can you hear me now? I hope so. And you should be able to see the first illustration. So, for the first step, we will need 6 pieces of beam beads and 6 pieces of the Miyuki drops. Always take a look at the beam beads before you start working with them. I like to lie them on one side and then I already see if all the holes are nice and open, because with multi-hole beads it can happen that while you are happily beading through one hole, the second, or in this case the third one, might be clogged. So always make sure that they are all nice and open. Start by picking up 6 pieces of the beam beads. Of course, as always, I am using my 0.12 millimeter 4LB fire line in black satin, and I have a tulip beading needle, now a little bit thicker. I think this is actually the size 10, just because this is the one that is still not bent completely. I am waiting for new ones from the treasury. And you start by picking up the 6 beam beads and join them into a circle. And still in this step, you will need to add 6 pieces of the Miyuki drops in between the beams, still using the same holes of the beam beads. I recommend using the drops. Some of them have like thicker, some of them have thinner ends, so I recommend using the thinner ones or the middle ones, not the super thick. Yeah, ladies joking about the Ariana's alter ego on YouTube. She says, obviously, I made this account in 2006 and never used it. She says she was surprised. Irene is asking about the hi Irene. The period chaton vessel shown in the sample photo, just size chaton and number of delicas. 8 millimeter, 22 in the starting circle. You can do either peyote or also square stitch. So I added the 6 Miyuki drops in between the 6 beams, and now I need to repeat the thread path through everything just to make the base a bit more sturdy. And Kimberly, if you would like to get to know Ariana better, then you can head over with your next morning coffee maybe from a Beading School coffee mug, you can head over, and everyone, to the Beading School blog, and between the face-to-face interviews, you will find one with Ariana, so you can get to know her better. And it's a really good one. And thank you, Ariana, that you made the time to answer our questions, and you shared so many lovely pictures. So I'm repeating the thread path. I try not forcing my needle through too many beads at once. And when I get back to the very beginning, so one circle was only the beam beads, one circle was adding the Miyuki drops between the beam beads, same hole, and then a third circle is repeating the thread path. And now that I repeated the thread path, I need to finish this step by turning to the opposite direction, simply by beading through the middle hole of the beam bead that I am exiting through the first innermost hole. So this is how it looks like at the moment. And this is going to be step 2. But in the meanwhile, dear Terry, I'm sorry that you are having a hard day, but I'm glad that the company here has made you smile and feel better. Thank you so much for tuning in, even if the sun shines less a little bit today. And thank you for also making us smile. Terry also has a great face-to-face interview on the Beading School blog, and also she shared during last year's birthday celebrations, she shared a beautiful tutorial that she designed. You can find it in the Beading School Club. I highly recommend it. And now let's add some more beads. So I will add these beads in between the middle holes of the beam beads. Exiting a middle hole, pick up please a Miyuki Slender Bugle, a size 11 Miyuki Delica bead, and another Miyuki Slender Bugle. And with these 3 beads on your needle, simply bead through the middle hole of the next beam. Arrange the beads nicely. It will be a sharp V, the Delica not sinking in between the bugles, but sitting on the top. And then you need to repeat the same 5 more times. And hi Sarah, good to see you. By the way, this is such a fast little motif that I wouldn't be surprised if you have already had one finished. You will see once you go through the instructions that this is a really great one and doesn't require many beads, doesn't require lots of beading time. Sometimes we are in the mood for digging in and really making something more time consuming and more challenging. I really craved that in the autumn, and my dear friends designers who helped out with designing for No One Has to Bead Alone workshops and beading school academic boxes, made it possible for me so I could again design something bigger. And that's how the angel wing pendant and earrings and also the eternal starshine set were born. And that was a great pleasure. But there are also sometimes when we crave for fast, easy successes, and I think I'm in that period now. How do you feel about this? Are you alternating between these two phases? Do you prefer quick successes like No One Has to Be Alone motifs, or do you sometimes really need to challenge yourself so you learn and grow? I'm curious. Now that I added all the bugles, I will start retracing the thread path, but skip the Delica beads sitting on top, and this will fix these V shapes as pointy weaves and push out the Delica bead outwards from the circle. Lita says she would have finished, but keeps wrapping the thread around the points and have to backtrack. Sometimes that indeed happens, but I'm glad that you are noticing it on time, because it also happens to me sometimes, especially when I'm beading in the evening. I'm not great at beading in the evening, even if I try to take care of the lighting, and I always end up wrapping my thread around something, and I don't notice until the next day. And Kimberly says, I do hope that someday we can plan a get-together in the US and also in Prague someday. That would be wonderful. And one day, ladies, I hope that we can plan a get-together in the town where the treasury is located. It is a little town, but there are so many nice things, and of course the treasury, that I actually started to think about it and make notes that what would I show you if you were there and what would we do together. And for Rachel, the No One Has to Bead Alone is the relaxation, and Rachel likes to take part in the mini challenges that we organize for our Beading School Academy students. And that is, well, the challenge is the challenge. And Lita says that she likes complicated patterns or taking Nodba motifs, No One Has to Bead Alone motifs, and building them into something more complex. And that's also a super good approach, in my opinion. Also, when you might be starting out on improvising and finding your own personal solutions, take something where you have guidance, like a No One Has to Bead Alone motif, so you feel secure and safe, and then start playing. Dear Claire. Oh, Cindy is asking, what do you consider a little town? So the town where the treasury is, I think it has around 30,000 inhabitants. So that is little, in my opinion. But when I was growing up, then it was like this city for me. I was born in a small village with about 700-800 people only. And then the town where the treasury is, that's where I went to high school. That's where I moved when during last year of high school, actually. So I kind of grew up there, and I still have some really good friends there. And Ariana like alternating between quick successes and challenging pieces. Oh, if you would visit the town of the treasury, we would go for sure to that artisan bakery where we went together with the team when I was visiting in January. Maybe you saw the video. I posted it a little while ago. I think on Monday I posted it on the Facebook page. And they have pistachio muffins and cardamom buns and sourdough bread, and oh my god, it's so good. And it was founded by a young couple, and it's just always so nice to see young entrepreneurs succeeding. I love these kinds of success stories. And hi, Robin. Corinne is asking if Chippendales will be included at the get-together. Corinne, then we should organize the get-together in Amsterdam, I think. So I finished retracing I finished repeating the thread path, and I will now bead through the middle hole of a beam, and then turning to the original. Oh my god, I didn't notice a clogged hole. It is a bit clogged. How nice that I was talking so much about like clogs not being clogs, holes not being clogged, and then I leave one there. Wonderful. I will try to unclog it, and yes, I never recommend like unclog a hole and then bead further, because there can be a shard of glass staying even if you don't see it. But I don't want to start anew now. So this is how I finish step 3. And let's see step 4. We are going to bring it up with some 3mm Preciosa bicones, and also start adding tiny size 15 Miyuki seed beads. For reference, I don't know any Chippendales here, but I do know some burlesque dancers. Beautiful ladies, and one of them, like actually the, let's say, burlesque queen of Amsterdam, Flora Gattina, she asked me a few years ago to make part of her costume. So there is another blog on another article on the blog where I am showing her outfit and the jewels that I made for her. But now, let's see. Okay, this is Claire, right? Let's see what's happening on our bead mats. So I'm exiting the outside hole of a beam bead, and I pick up a 3mm Preciosa bicone and 2 size 15 Miyuki round seed beads. I bead through the Miyuki Delica, sitting in between the bugles. And then I pick up the same in the opposite order, so 2 round 15s, and then 1 3mm Preciosa bicone, and I bead through the outside hole of the next bugle beam bead. And I keep doing this super fast and super easy. A combination of Preciosa bicone in the 3mm size and a pair of size 15 seed beads. What's important that the seed beads should always go next to the Delica, and the bicone should always be located next to the beam bead. And Carrie is here from sunny California. So good for you, Carrie. Like today here in Amsterdam, we have like the ugliest possible weather that we have here, like gray and rainy. I didn't even, all I can do these days is just go on some walks. Don't talk, don't look at my screen. Just like the wind blowing in my face, in my hair, just walk around. So, but today I even skipped doing that. How are your SELENE stars coming together, by the way? And now I'm curious also. So we have several beading school retreats planned based on this conversation today. All of them, wherever they happen, they will include beads, of course. That's a given. But if we go to the town of the treasury that's in Slovakia, then we will visit the treasury. We might get to help out the treasury ladies with some of their tasks, and for sure we can have coffee with them and also enjoy the bakery. So if we go to Slovakia, we will go to the treasury and the bakery. If we go to the Czech Republic, then we will visit Prague and we will visit the Crystal Valley. If we come together in Amsterdam, then there might be some burlesque dancing involved. I can't promise the Chippendales. I said I don't know any Chippendales, but I know quite some burlesque girls, so that can be arranged. So tell me, dear ladies, which beading school retreat are you going to sign up for? Slovakia with bakery and treasury, Czech Republic with Prague and Crystal Valley, or Amsterdam with burlesque ladies, and all of them with lots of beads and fun and laughing. Kimberly is coming for all of them. Lita is also coming for all of them. Facebook user friend, I think Maktab would love a treasury visit. Molly's playing, by the way, with purple beams. Linda's here. Catherine is also playing with purple beams. Ariana says her motif is a bit wavy. Try the trick to put it down on your bead mat and then tap on it. But yes, a filigree solves everything. Or Corinne brings large suitcases to Slovakia. Corinne is going for Slovakia. Catherine says always the treasury. We might even get some chocolate there. Facebook user friend, all of them. Yosin, she would like it very much. Claire, treasury Czech and Amsterdam. Not that I'm greedy. Catherine says Slovakia, but all sounds good. And Kimberly says, I think if we all got together in Amsterdam, we would need to be sure to bring an emergency first aid kit that includes fire line and a brooch in case license plates fall or something else falls off. Always handy to have those. Anna would like to go to the Crystal Valley. Elena is in. Rachel, all of them. Molly, everything is in you, everything in Europe. Catherine says, let's all be greedy. And sometimes it's just so fun to let our fantasies run, like, where would we go? What would we do? Just let's enjoy a bit of time without, like, thinking about whatever obstacles there might be before such great big adventures. Let's forget about those. Let's imagine these beautiful fun times together. I'm also up for some nice cocktails, for example, a canal cruise in Amsterdam. Marcelina advises me take advantage of the concussion and do something crazy and wild and just blame it on the concussion. I might take your advice. Actually, it's so boring not doing anything, so it might end up in doing something crazy. Marta would love to go to Marrakesh and visit the Jardin Majorelle. Oh my god, that would be amazing. And the bazaar with all the handicrafts. Oh. It would be Cindy's first trip to Europe. Ariana would pick Slovakia. Hey. So many inspiring places all around the world, and no matter where do we go, we can always find the fun things and the interesting things to enjoy. So now that I added all my bicons and seed beads all around, then I also beaded one more time through the first few groups, and I finished by crossing a Preciosa bicone and 2 size 15s, and my thread is hanging towards a Delica, but not beading through a Delica. And step 5, we are retracing the thread path, but here we will skip the Delica bead and instead pick up a pair of round 15s, another Delica, and another pair of round 15s. So with these 5 seed beads on my needle, I skip the Delica here and I bead through 2 size 15s, Preciosa bicone and beam, and then again through Preciosa bicone and 2 round 15s. And I will repeat this all around my motif. So 2 round 15s, Delica, 2 more round 15s, and then I cross the seed beads, the bicone, the beam, bicone, and the 2 other round 15s, and again until I repeat this all together 6 times. Magic number of repetitions here is 6, so that's what you can remember if you like to refer to magic numbers when beading. And Rachel is asking, any ideas as to what would work fit in the middle of the piece? And such a good question, dear Rachel. We will bead a motif next week where I have beam beads and then a cabochon joined into a circle and the cabochon sitting on the top of it. It can be done with 8 or 9 beam beads in the circle, and then you can put an 8mm Preciosa chaton in the middle. So since the circle here is smaller, since we have only 6 beam beads, then I don't have a specific solution for you yet since I haven't tried it, but I would recommend something a tiny bit smaller. So for example, a 7mm Chaton rose, or maybe sewing on a swan rhinestone, a 6mm one. I will show you the way how I attached the chaton to the middle of the beam circle next week during No One Has to Bead Alone, so Thursday, same time as today. And then I think it will help you with figuring out this week's motif too. And I think it's a great idea to bling it up even more. Zuzi will love it, I'm sure. And Susan is also recommending a small pearl. Or Montaigne mentions a 6mm cabochon, and Patty is here with us also. And step 6, and this is the final one, and this is actually a repetition of the previous thread path while skipping the Miyuki Delicas that we added in the previous step. Otherwise it is the same. And then you can secure and trim the tail thread. You can add your components. You can add filigree if you would like to, or you can bead more motifs and join everything into a bracelet or into a statement necklace. Don't forget to check out Zuzi's blog article that she prepared, how she attached the beads in the middle of the filigree. Will you try that, by the way? Do you still have your filigrees from this box? And Ariana says she will try the same with a bit less tension because hers became a bit curly. I definitely recommend that, and for sure don't tie a knot in the first circle. Mine is, by the way, also a little bit like not 100% flat, but I was not careful, and some of the bugle beads are more towards the front and some of the bugle beads are more towards the back, so that's my fault. I'm sorry about that. And Lita will be trying the filigree solution from Zuzi. Dear Lita, Zuzi will be super happy that you will use her blog post. And Rachel says, I bought quite a few historical filigrees. I might have a look through them. Dear Rachel, then I'm sure that you will find something fitting. And thank you so much for your order. And there is actually an older coffee time with Erika where I was showing you ways how you can use filigrees in your beadwork. So there are different options how you can take advantage of your stash that you built up. During the upcoming weeks, we will also finally be returning to bead embroidery, my beloved bead embroidery, and there it also comes very handy. Facebook user friend says that she will also try to put these on filigrees. And Ariana says it's the same size and shape like the Dolce Vita filigrees. Ariana, thank you so much for sharing your discovery. And ladies, I finished my motif. All what is left is attaching the components. And I really hope that you enjoyed today's little meeting. And Rachel says, so excited for bead embroidery. So next week on Tuesday, during coffee time with Erika, we will already start talking about bead embroidery. I know that many of you said that you might be interested in a starter kit. Who knows what's coming? You need to be there to learn about it during coffee time with Erika. And we will talk about what you need if you want to. If you want to do more bead embroidery. Yes, Linda. No Chippendales next week during coffee time. I'm sorry. So lovely, ladies. Thank you so much for your company today. I really tremendously enjoyed being here with you. I'm still like recovering, but this felt finally really, really good, even if I'm like a bit slower and forgetting stuff, but this felt so good. Thank you so much for your company today. Please keep the beautiful pictures coming in the Beading School Club and enjoy each other's company very much. Leave a comment or 2 or 3 and contribute to the celebrations of your fellow beaders by celebrating them and making them proud of what they accomplished, and you will experience the same magical moments. See you all next Tuesday. Coffee time with Erika. Erika is still drinking tea these days. And then next week, Thursday, we are beading together the small Boreas motif, which is again a beam bead motif, but with a sparkly crystal in the middle and some more sparkly Preciosa beads all around. Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you for your precious bead orders through the Beading School Bead Shop. You keep us going, you inspire us, you motivate us. Take care of yourselves and see you on Tuesday. Bye-bye.